Tanzania is in the grip of a state-engineered massacre. Security forces have been storming homes, dragging citizens out and shooting them on their doorsteps for daring to protest the sham election of October 29, 2025, or simply for rejecting the tightening authoritarian rule under Samia Suluhu. Witnesses report security personnel smashing down doors in nighttime raids, hunting men and boys over the age of 15. Some have been brutally beaten on their doorsteps and then dragged away by the police, whereas others were murdered in their very own homes. The youngest, who was shot and murdered, was a 1-year-old. Twins, also intern doctors, were both murdered at their gate. Vocal Tanzanians are being tracked down, chased, and disappearing as we speak. In the first 3 weeks of October 2025, 55 people were tracked, abducted, murdered, and disappeared without a trace. Due to the ongoing communication challenges in Tanzania, it is difficult to quantify the number of people who are currently being hunted. Police are reportedly using photographs scrapped from protest footage to identify their targets. Those captured are tortured, disappeared, or summarily executed. This brutality has not been confined to demonstrators alone. Street children, mothers and children in their homes, religious leaders, doctors and nurses, citizens of East Africa, business owners, and many innocent citizens going about their own businesses, who played no role in the legal protests, were also targeted and shot. Police stormed a local cafe days after the sham elections, where they ordered a group of approximately 10 youth sitting at the tables to lie on the floor, after which they proceeded to murder them all. This underscores the indiscriminate and punitive nature of this crackdown.
The African Union has now confirmed that Tanzanian and democracy defenders around the world have been saying there was no legitimate election in Tanzania. In its findings, the African Union said that the process failed to meet democratic standards, citing ballot stuffing, an intentional state-imposed internet blackouts, excessive military force, politically motivated abduction, and systematic disruption of independent observation. This is clear evidence of dictatorship consolidating power through murder. As part of African feminists, defenders of women's rights, we stand in collective outrage and grief at these ongoing atrocities, killings, and political betrayals perpetuated under the leadership of Mama Samia Suluhu. What was once celebrated as a milestone for African women leadership has become a warning that a woman in power is not automatically a feminist or a liberator. Under Suluhu, dissent has been criminalized, women organizing has been surveilled, gender-conforming people, activists, youth, journalists and marginalized community have been violently targeted.
We, the Jumuiya ni Yetu movement, we condemn the regime's dictatorship politics. Sorry, I'm going to start again. We condemn the regime's doctorship politics, where medical institutions and public health systems have been turned into instruments of control. Across the continent, we see a dangerous trend where women leaders are used to sanitize patriarchy, giving cover to repression. We reject that. Feminist leadership must be accountable, intersectional, and rooted in justice, not militarism. Our struggle for equality cannot be hijacked to legitimatize authoritarian rule. Today we stand in solidarity with Tanzanian women, families, street children, activists, and all citizens resisting the criminalization of feminist power. Our struggle is not to occupy the seat of patriarchy, but to dismantle it. We demand a continent where women's leadership means safety, autonomy, and liberation, not mass graves and censorship. We extend our heartfelt condolences, strength, and prayers to all Tanzanians whose loved ones, friends, family members, colleagues, and fellow citizens have been brutally murdered. We shall always honor you, remember you, and stand with you in the pursuit of justice and accountability. Nyinyi ni mashujaa. We also commend the people of Tanzania, particularly the youth, for their vigilance in standing up for democracy and their resolute commitment in the face of incredible violence. And we reiterate our solidarity with them as all generations of Tanzanians who are working closely together, crying and mourning this tragic loss, yet also organizing. They strive for a fresh start from the current crisis towards a better future for everyone, especially their young people.
This idea of mass graves, even incarceration, even our bodies being thrown in the in the sea and all that kind of stuff, we have received that information. Again, as of now, because of also the questions of the fact that in Tanzania, it's not also easy for them to take photographs or to do that kind of stuff. Even the evidence you have said, somebody who saw many bodies and saw that they were being, mass buried and all that kind of stuff. So that evidence is there, but also because of the protection of, some of the people, as they open, particularly as they open the internet and all that kind of stuff, because even Tanzanians are afraid of even bringing sometimes they have to get out of the country to be able to relay some of the information, and that is happening, the people that we have and we are dealing with. So in terms of from the people in Tanzania themselves that we are in contact with, telling us that these are not weapons that are ordinarily used by their police, and these are like heavy duty weapons, and information about some of the people who are involved in the killing and all that kind of stuff, they were not able to speak Kiswahili. So there are people coming from some other country, and some of the evidence is they are from, Uganda. So in terms of the caliber of the weapons, because Tanzanians will know usually what weapons the police carry, and the fact that people who are, involved in the killing and so on are not Tanzanians because they can't speak that language properly. So it was evident that these are people who are mercenaries who, when there is a bit of resistance from the army in terms of involving itself in some of these things, then there's this now new idea of outsourcing military people.
And also looking at the pattern of injuries.
And also looking, as we said in the statement, when you look at the pattern of injuries, it means that, and from the pictures and all that kind of stuff, it means that this is high caliber weapons.